welcome again for game 3 of Lincon 2016. So, after taking a severe beating in the first game and then giving the same treatment in game 2, I felt back on track. And next in line was Tommy and his Vermin swarm. For magic he had 3 engineers with their bounce spells, while I got Wind Blast, Curse of Westerlies, and Lightning Storm. He had a ton of drops, so it suited me well to place my whole army to the right when the dice gave me the opportunity to do so. That way, my hope was to force him to walk a couple of units around the impossible terrain piece in the middle, hopefully giving me enough time to clear out the rest. So, unfortunately, you won't see most of my army until we start to move things around. But from my right, we have all my monsters, the Oracle with the bunker, then the Tower Guards with the General, the Altar, Spearman with the BSB, and the 2 Raider units. On his side from his left are both Giselle units with a Rat Swarm between them and the Plague Disciples in front. Then we have the Dreadmill, a unit of slaves, Rats at Arms with rotary guns in front, and Meat Grinder inside. Both the slaves and the Rats at Arms also have an engineer each in them, I think. Next are his Plague Brotherhood with the Prophet and Pendulum, and next to them the Hulks with the BSB, and also some more swarms in front. Lastly, way over to his right is the second slave unit. In the vanguard I swing my raiders over to the right, and in my first turn I move everything up to the right of the impossible piece except for the Oracle unit, which just moves enough to get in range for spells and shooting. I might have killed a Giselle with magic, but I'm not certain, and in the shooting phase I think I only did a wound to a rotary gun. So for his first turn he began by failing the frenzy check on his disciples, who then charge into the closest Hydra. He then moves up his left swarm, the Dreadmill, and places a slave unit straight in front of my raiders. The units on his right flank moves full speed to get around the impossible, while his Plague Gang turns to the left. I apologize for not remembering the magic phases that much, but the games often need to be very fast paced in order to make all turns, so I didn't prioritize to take notes, and the games are no longer that fresh in my mind, but I'll do my best. Anyway, it seems that he got the breath spell off on the slaves, and in his shooting he kills some spearmen, and his cannon shoot 4 wounds on the altar, and some more wounds might have gone through outside of the picture. In combat his disciples fail to wound the Hydra and gets crushed. In my turn, my rightmost raiders and one of the Hydras, I think, charge his swarm, and the guards charge his slaves. The other raiders move to divert his Plague Gang, while the spearmen squeeze into the gap. The altar hides behind the impossible, while the monsters move towards the middle. For magic he might have scrolled Lightning Storm, but either way I don't get anything through. Shooting kills the wounded rotary gun this turn. In combat I destroy the swarm, and since the guards and slaves are almost just corner to corner, I don't kill that many slaves to break the steadfast. But I win pretty big, and he sticks. In his turn he aims the Dreadmill at the Kraken, but fails short with a pretty bad roll. Next, he mostly just move up his flanking units. I think he had a bad flux roll, and I shut him down. But in the shooting, his rotary gun kills some raiders, and I think one of his cannon shoots a bunch of wounds in on one of the monsters. One of his gutter blade units have also come on to my right, picking at the oracle bunker. In combat, the tower guards break the steadfast of the slaves, and he breaks. My turn again, and the left raiders charge his rotary gun, while the other raiders charge into the Gisales. The guards and the Kraken charge his dread mill. In the magic and shooting phase, I think I focused on his gutter blades, killing a few and making them run. In combat, I easily kill the rotary gun, the Gisales and the dread mill. Seeing as there seems to be one Hydra missing, I think he actually shot it down in his turn. His rats at arms try a long charge on the spearmen, since they are blocking the plague gang anyway. But fortunately for me, he doesn't make it and instead stands at an awkward position. His hulks then move up to threaten my flank, and his swarms shuffle around a bit. The slaves are slowly closing in on the action. And since all the action also seems to remain on the right, I move the camera so you can see some more of what's going on. It seems like I was wrong about the gutter blades running away, but I have killed some at least. Now also the other unit has come on the board, and he continued to pick at the oracle bunker, and he might even have got a magic missile through on them. So in my turn 4, the tower guards together with the remaining monsters charge the rats at arms, and the altar charge the swarms to get out of line of sight from the hulks. The BSB moves out to threaten the cannons, while the bunker turns against one of the gutter units. The spearman swift reform and backs away from the hulks. This turn I get one of the unit of gutter blades on the run after hitting them with a fireball. The altar run down the swarm, and I then decide that the altar probably is dead either way, so it might just as well occupy the hulks for a turn instead of overrunning out of the charge arc. Against the rats at arms, I win big time, but he remains steadfast and stays, which is only good for me since that means the plague gang are stuck for another turn. In his turns, the hulks charge the altar and the gutter blades charge the back of the bunker. His shooting and magic doesn't do anything important, so in the combat the hulks easily kill the last wound from the altar, and I crush the rats at arms completely. His gutter blades do 2 wounds to the oracle and then lose 2 of their number back, but 1 is still left. I then charge the plague gang with a Hydra and the tower guards, and the BSB charge a cannon. I think my remaining raiders also charge the last Gisales. Even though it doesn't show at the video, I'm fairly certain his cannons shot down the Kraken on his last turn, and I missed it. I think I tried to cast the curse on the last gutter blade, but I failed. So in combat it killed the oracle. At the same time it got killed back. In the other combat I kill a ton of rats, and he gets his vengeance by rolling like a boss, killing exactly all the remaining tower guards. He on the other hand survived with 1 or 2 plague rats, so he's still stubborn. The BSB and the raiders easily kill their prey. In his turn 5 he strafes the hulk Hulks to have a clear charge in the next turn. Then I think he tries to shoot the BSB down with the cannons, but failed to kill it. In combat, my lord chops up the pendulum while the Hydra takes the last plague rats. So my last turn, and the BSB charge his last cannon while my spears back away further from the Hulks, which will bite me in the ass severely. Not much to do otherwise. The BSB takes the cannon, and it's his last turn. His Hulks charge the spears. I forgot to mention it earlier, and I actually forgot it at this point in the game too, but we were playing the capture the flag scenario. So here I only considered that either I manage to hold and he doesn't get any more points from me, or I choose to flee and give him half the spearman points. I decided to take my chances on a steadfast roll, so in combat he easily win, and now I realize if he breaks me, he not only gets the spearman points but also ties me for the scenario. So when I fail my steadfast roll and get run down, I lose 4 to 5 VPs when I just could have fled and only lost 1 or no VPs at all. So in the end I won by a 12 to his 8 VPs, but that last fuck up really took the sweetness out of this victory in a big way. To end the game in that way still bugs me, since I think I otherwise played this game very well, at least in my opinion. It was a really nice and friendly game, and I enjoyed it very much, so perhaps it isn't much to fuss about really. So after 3 games I'm on 32 VPs, and somewhere in the middle of the middle tables, and I will soon be back with game 4. See you then.